Imagine it's 1966 in the United States. The landscape of childcare is quite different from what we know today. Back then, daycare centers were a rare sight, especially outside urban areas. Standards and regulations for these centers were few and far between, which meant the quality of care could vary greatly. For many, the cost of daycare, while lower than today, still posed a significant challenge, particularly for families with limited resources. In the mid-1960s, fewer women were in the workforce compared to now. The traditional model was where one parent, often the mother, stayed home. As a result, the demand for formal daycare services was not as high as it would become in later decades. Government involvement in childcare was minimal at the time. It wasn't until the 1970s and beyond that we saw the introduction of federal programs and initiatives aimed at improving early childhood education. Cultural attitudes also played a role. The expectation for mothers to stay home was strong, influencing both the availability and the perception of daycare services. But in 1966, in Jefferson City, Missouri, a group of single mothers faced a challenge: finding a job while caring for their children. Recognizing the struggle, these resilient women came together with the support of Church Women United. Their solution was simple, yet revolutionary. They established a play group in an apartment within public housing. Each day, different mothers would volunteer to look after the children, allowing others the chance to attend job interviews and seek employment. This collaborative approach proved successful. As the women secured jobs, their ability to volunteer diminished, but their efforts didn't go unnoticed. In 1970, the group took a significant step forward, applying to become a United Way agency. With this new status, they introduced a sliding fee scale for childcare. Families could now pay according to their size and annual income, making quality childcare more accessible and affordable for those who needed it most. From a small apartment initiative to a formal agency, these mothers transformed their community and paved the way for future generations to be part of what is now Little Explorers Discovery Center.
Always remembered the feeling I got when I would come here, because even before I worked here, through my preteen years and teenage years, I was always asking, can we go to the daycare? I just wanted to come back and visit, because I don't think there was that specific thing, but it was always the feeling and the love and just kind of feeling like you're walking into home again.
My name is Donna Scheidt, and I am the Executive Director here at Little Explorers Discovery Center. Our main objective is to provide quality child care for low-income working families. We're in one of the low-income communities in Jefferson City, and I think that makes it more convenient for our parents, and that's what we hope to do, to make life possible for our families. Sometimes you will see strollers out in our hallways, because families will frequently walk their children down to the daycare center and leave their stroller here, and then they will walk across the street and catch the city bus, and they will go to work, or some of them walk to some locations that are close by. I have worked here for over 40 years now, and so when I started I was very young. That's what I tell people. I've been here for over 40 years, and when I came here, the reason I stayed, I say that the children just draw you in, you know, and it was a definite family atmosphere. The staff are just amazing, the children are just amazing, and our parents are really cool. We are licensed for 99 children from birth to 8 years of age. And we do birth because we've had several children who are in foster care, and sometimes foster care parents can't take off for 6 weeks. So we've actually had children, we've had several that have come straight from the hospital and have come here.
Days of the week. 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 My name is John Douglas, and I am a teacher for the 5-year-old classroom at Little Explorers Discovery Center. Face is made. And we're ready to go. The kids here, the community. So I know Jeff City. I live in Fulton, but my family is from, my mom's side of the family is from Jeff City. So I know this community a lot too. So between Fulton and Jeff, I know them both a lot. More in the elementary setting because that's kind of where my mom was a kindergarten teacher, and she worked up in Fulton for years as a kindergarten teacher. And I always grew up around that age group because that's what my mom taught. And I always liked working with, I just kind of like, I just thought, I was like, I really like working with kids, and that's kind of what I wanted to do.
I've traveled so far!
When you've been working with them so long, it's like, I mean, it's good to see. It's good to see that they're succeeding, but it's also sad too to see them go too. Yeah. So yeah. Letter.
You.
You know what sound it makes? You can make two sounds with it. You can make or you, like it sounds. You or Why is that? Because it's a vowel. It's a vowel. So a vowel, multiple sounds. Yeah. Okay, sit down. All right.
My name is Melissa Small, and I am the 4-year-old teacher at Little Explorers Discovery Center. I started working here back in 2017. Before that, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was looking for a job that my daughter could go to as well because I wanted to work with her. You know, I wanted to make sure she was safe. So I came here through a youth program at the DFS office. They placed me here, and ever since then, I've never looked back. I've been here for about 8 years now.
My name is Pamela Barrier. They call me Pam, Patricia, anything you like to call me. My position here is I'm a 3-year-old teacher, as well as training for the administrative assistants in the office, and one day hoping to follow under Donna's lead to help run the center. Oh, I was so nervous when I started working here. I thought nobody loved me. I was so quiet. No, I'm not quiet anymore now.
Everly! I don't want to get
So I was so quiet and so to myself, but we became a family here. And Donna, I do call her mother. She's a mother to me. My family's currently not here right now. They're in North Carolina and New York. So LEDC did become my family. And I'm not going to tell my age, everybody, but I have been working in childcare since my mother had a center when I was younger. I knew from then that I also wanted to work with children. I have 4 children of my own, so I have 4 children at home to take care of and 99 kids, almost 99 kids here to take care of. 3-year-olds, they have such an open mind, and all the words that come out their mouth is incredible, should I say.
I got a waist.
You got a mustache.
I got a necklace.
We learn so much, but we learn off each other. And at that age, that's where they find the most energy and everything to grow with one another. So I feel like they're not only growing on me, but I'm growing on them as well, because everybody knows Miss Pam. Miss Pam is the hyper one. Miss Pam is the goal-oriented one and wants to see her children grow and learn. So while they're at that age, I would love to see them succeed. I have one child right now who could count to 100, and he amazes me every single day how smart he just catches on. So that's like their seed. They grow from that little seed just to grow and blossom.
My name is Darnay, and I'm the 2-year-old teacher here at Little Explorers. So I started working here about 6.5 years ago, and I started off as a 2-year-old teacher. I was a little bit nervous because I've never been like an actual teacher. I've worked at a daycare beforehand, but I was a floater, so going from the floater position to like a teacher was a big step. And it took a little bit for me to get used to everything, the rules, the regulations, the policies, the kids. I know I had to seek help from Ms. Donna in the office and stuff when I needed help. And I remember Ms. Donna saying that it may start off kind of hard, but as you kind of pick up the years go on, then it gets easier. I always have a heart for children. So I just want to be that person to help them succeed and grow, and just being their teacher and being able to do that just melts my heart. It really does. There's been different kids that came in my classroom not knowing nothing. Parents were worried, if they needed additional resources and stuff in order to help their children. And I was the one to kind of put them on the step stool, and they were able to succeed.
4 out of...
Because there's not a lot of dedicated teachers out here that even want to teach kids. Especially 2-year-olds, because their minds are always wandering and they're learning and everything. But yeah, I just always had a heart for children.
My name's Glenna Barfield, and I'm an infant toddler teacher. I worked at another daycare previous for about 6 or 7 years before they decided to close down. And the owner there, he knew Donna, so he was like, "Go see Donna." So I went there, and she pretty much hired me on the spot, and so I've been here ever since. It's been a little over 28 years. I've just always loved, kids. Like I said, I babysit since I was probably 11 or 12, and I just, love working with kids and seeing their expressions on their face when they learn something new, and especially with the infants and the toddlers, that's my favorite age. So.
I love the fact that I can literally say that we have had 3 generations working at this daycare. I am proud of this daycare. I will recommend this daycare to people all the time. My name is Nicole Schulte.
I'm Caitlin Christensen.
And it kind of showed me that literally how to turn any moment into a teaching moment. It doesn't have to be regular classroom teaching. I actually kind of have my beliefs that students don't fail. Like even when they get into school, students don't fail, teachers fail, because they fail to teach it in a way or change the way they're teaching it for a child that needs to learn it a different way. So I just kind of learned when I worked here to turn any moment into a teaching moment. You'd be outside and they'd be fixated on something, a bug, and it's like, all right, well, how many legs does the bug have? What color is the bug? And you're teaching, they're learning at every movement.
I definitely agree with that. Even starting with infants, I catch myself doing it with infants all the time. They'll roll me something and I'm like, oh, that's the color green, that's a ball. Definitely just teaching them anytime you can in any way that they want to.
So I believe very firmly in the accreditation and the quality child care. I think that's so important. All children deserve quality. And what that means for us is that our teachers are CDA certified or degreed, or they have enough college credits in early childhood education to count as a teacher through Missouri accreditation. We do a lot of different things. These young children learn through their 5 senses. So that's how we're going to let them explore their world and learn their world through their 5 senses.
So this week we're working on plantains. And on plantain, I did a demonstration where I may have sprayed a little water on them to let them grow. You should. Do you need more water?
Yeah.
No. Do you need some more water? Oh, we need more. But I showed them how a flower grows from the bottom to the top. All right. Okay, next time you're gonna put some sleeves in and cover it up.
Okay, some of you guys are gonna have
So
to go play.
when we did our laying down activity, we would lay down on the ground, put our arms up, pretend they were petals, and count to 3 and just sit up and grow and grow and grow. And that's an activity I love to do with them. Everybody go up and down, up and down, up and down. 1, 2, 3, go on down!
Also, we have a literacy program that I think is very important. Children really need to be read to every day.
Instrument that you play that looks like this when you play it, and it plays up real high. So that's what a flamingo kind of sounds like when they sing.
I'd love to see teachers and volunteers sitting and reading to the children. Our children love books. I think that's very important.
Seeing how they teach here and all the different ways that they teach here has definitely showed me that like kids learn in so many different ways, and you can't narrow down their ways of learning. And some of those ways aren't just in the classroom. Like we do water play twice a week during the summer. They learn so much through that. I really like how they they're not so focused on like sitting down and learning. They just want you to figure out everything however you want to figure it out.
They need to run, they need to jump, they need to climb, they need to use those muscles. And people don't realize, but at that very young age, those muscles are pre-writing skills when they're using those muscles. Because throwing a ball back and forth, that's using the big muscles, which you have to control the big muscles before you can control the small muscles. So, which we also do fine motor, which is the small muscles, which are like puzzles and pegs and different things like that. Writing, coloring, different things with the fine motor muscles, threading with yarn, different things. We also have a music program. We actually have a music therapist that comes to the center once a week.
Hey everybody, hey, hey, hello. Hey everybody, hey, hey, hello.
Dance when you're ready. Yes, dance, girl.
I say freeze.
And in addition, of course, the teachers sing and dance and do different musical activities with the children. We have lots of different musical instruments that they can play.
Please shine down on me. Let me hear if you sing it. Oh, Mr. Sun.
Because I think that's important. Art and sensory are also important.
I'm gonna go up and down. Up and down.
And then the music thing, it helps me as well to pass the day on. And I'm just a musical person anyways. I like to sing. So yeah, I like to have something for them to do and listen to at all times. What is that? That looks like an amoeba, a germ. Let me show you an amoeba germ.
We do artwork every day. It might be painting, coloring, building, gluing, cutting with scissors, which is also fine motor.
I like to do messy projects because some other teachers will come in when I'm doing stuff and it's like, oh my gosh, I would never do that with like a toddler, but I like to do messy projects, painting with paint or shaving cream.
You done, Colin?
You done? Still no more?
You did good.
You did so good on that.
You can here.
You can take that home tomorrow.
Right here.
Would you like to do that?
Here. You done, Colin?
Science and math are also important. Our children like to do a lot of different activities, but by doing all these different activities, their brains are growing, their language skills are growing, everything about them is maturing, and they are hopefully developing at the rate that they're supposed to develop.
I know when I was a kid, I liked science. I was a huge science fan. That's probably my big area, so I just like being able to teach my strength to kids that and see that they're enjoying it too. You know, like this week I did the lava lamp, which is a really exciting one for the kids. And then I think it really impacts. I think they like seeing stuff like that. I know it's really engaging and stuff.
Phoenix, move back. Stand up.
Oh, is it going through? Yeah. It took a while, but it's finally going through the oil into the water.
It's a lava lamp now.
Not just yet, it's almost.
Back
Back up, sit down. Back up.
Let all my friends know it's it.
See, does it look, oh, it's starting to look like a lava lamp, ain't it?
It's a lava lamp! Why is it turning into big buckets? Yeah, because he didn't add
I really enjoy being able to help the kids and continue to do that.
I felt like at some points that I wasn't going to be the best teacher out there, because you know, you see different teachers being here for maybe 1-2 years and then bam, they're like great. I just thought it would take longer for me to be that great, and I guess as time went on, and like I said, with the resources and Donna helping me, it just kind of made it easier and flow. So I guess the difference between then and now is, like I said, then I was just out, I was like fresh, like brand new, but it's like now I just know, like even when we get kids outside of the community, and also from the room, it's just like I know, because I'm used to my routines and schedule and everything, even though it's different children that come in and out.
If you come into the classroom, they're gonna feel your energy. Whatever energy you bring, that's what they have to feel. So if you know that they're stressed out, they're crying, get down on their level and get them a special hug. I know when my child is feeling low or if they're hurting. And if they're hurting, you gotta be right there to comfort them. So I'm always right there at that moment to run over to them and give them a hug, give Miss Pam some love, give me that special, special love, and they show me it every single day. So you just have to know how to know your children and where they come from, if they're feeling, how they're feeling, and just be able to work with them at that certain time of the day.
I know when I worked here as a teacher, we had children that they would see police cars and they would get scared immediately due to different things they've dealt with. I think the center does really well about trying to bring those people in and have the children see them in a positive light.
I just really liked the way everyone kind of looked out for each other and tried to help each other, and I think that's very important, especially if you're dealing with families in poverty, because their resources are very limited. So it may be that over 50% of their money, sometimes over 75% of money, just goes for housing and utilities. Well, they still have to clothe their children, they still have to get diapers, they still have to feed their children, they still have to get back and forth to work. So I think that it's great the way, like for example, in our center we have the free table, we also make referrals, we also do parent classes, and I really like the parent classes, because we are working on conscious discipline. We are also working on strengthening families, because strong families have lots less chance of having child abuse occur in that family. So there are ways you can strengthen families. There are what we call 5 protective factors, so we work on strengthening those 5 protective factors. And so all these things are important to me, because I really feel, for me, this I feel is my Christian service. That's how I feel about it. I feel like I was called to do this. I love working with all these families and the children and staff. And I believe that we make a difference in this world. So for me, that's important.
And there's just so many different things that this place helps out with for the parents that are struggling or just can't do it right now, can't afford to go out and buy those new clothes, but their kids are starting to grow. There was a whole bunch of free clothes here. I love all of the different opportunities they give to the community.
I will tell you, as far as my experience, when I was a parent of a child at the daycare here and I worked here, it does take a village to raise a family. I was a single parent. I knew at any point in time if I needed something from any of my coworkers, if I needed to leave to go take care of her, or if I needed somebody to watch her for me, I always had that village. I like to think even when I was a teacher that I became the village for some parents.
So it has impacted me a lot, this daycare, because when I first started I didn't have a car. I was like 22 years old, a single mommy. I was struggling really bad, and Miss Donna, the director, she's helped me out tremendously. I was able to get my license being here. My child would be here safe, so I was able to go get things done. And it's just really impacted me a lot, very positively.
Like about this place, it really does make a difference. A lot of people might not see it because they might look at it as any ordinary daycare, but I feel like this being the second daycare that I worked at has changed lives of so many families, and kids, and even the community. So
I think my mom would be very proud of her. She was proud of me when I started working here, and when I volunteered here with the times I did when I was younger. She loved the fact that I was sending her to daycare here, and I think she'd be very proud of her working here.
But just to see them grow and see what they know and what they don't know, and I know that I have that chance to help them grow. As far as spelling their names, writing their names, learning how to cut with scissors, learning how to just say mommy, because I have some kids in my class who didn't learn how to speak at once. But as you talk to them and work with them as well, you see all the incredible words that come out their mouth. So working with children, I knew from college, when I graduated out of college, I wanted to work with kids. And this place right here has let me see and showed me the way.
I would like for people to know that Little Explorers is hopefully will always be a safe place to bring your child, and a place we are not the parents. We don't want to be the parents, but we want to help the parents with their efforts to raise their children. We want to help the children to be successful in life. We want them to have a healthy self-esteem. We want them to learn that there's so much they can do, and be excited about learning, so that when they leave here and they go to school, we want them to succeed. That's, to me, is one of the most important things that we could ever do.
Okay, don't do that. Quit doing that.